Today we're going to be going over 10 addictive scents that will stop people dead in their tracks to try to figure out what exactly they're smelling. These are head turners all the way around, from start to finish, no matter what way you cut it. People will love how these smell, and they're going to be intrigued when they do catch a whiff, because a lot of these aren't going to be ones that you come across on a daily basis. Some maybe more so than others, but we have a lot in here that most people just aren't going to be wearing at all, and that's really going to set you apart in a great way. I tried to keep it pretty broad spectrum here, so no matter where you're at in the world, these will be applicable to your current situation weather-wise, whether you're going into summer like I am, or you're going into winter time. So these are going to work for a broad spectrum of temperatures and situations. I will drop links to each one of these down below to discounters for you. Also, you got to get on my mailing list. Pause the video and do it right now. Just tonight when I'm recording this, the brand new Acqua di Gio Parfum came in stock on discounters before it's even officially available here in the United States and Canada as well, I believe. Meaning you could already get this brand new release at a discounter before it's even available to our market. That is crazy. Fahrenheit Parfum by Dior came into stock as well. Armaf, Club de Nuit Untold. You got to get on that list. You got it firsthand exclusively by being on that mailing list, and it sold out within about an hour. So if you want to have first access to deals like that, hit the link down below, put your email in. That's all it's going to be. Fragrance deals and great finds like that. And you can unsubscribe at any time if it's not working for you. All right, let's get things kicked off with the new one. ROJA Parfums ELYSIUM Eau Intense. So I already did a first impressions on this one. As soon as I saw it available, I placed my order, and I actually got it pretty quickly thereafter ordering it as well. Paid full retail for it. I really don't have a problem doing that with ROJAs. That's one of the few niche brands that I will pay full retail for. When it comes to Creed and some others, there's not a chance. But this is a brand that I've loved, and it's one of the first super premium niche brands that I really got into. And as you can probably imagine, if you're a fan of the channel, ELYSIUM is one of my all-time favorites, so I had to have this one. And I do like it a ton. I think the name is maybe a little bit misleading, or maybe not the best fit, in my opinion. I don't see this as an Eau Intense, more intense version of the original. I see it as kind of the opposite, more of a frozen cologne, kind of Eau Fresh type of iteration of the DNA. That's me personally. I mean, even when you look at the bottle, it kind of has this frosted glass look to it, and very nice, very refreshing looking, and that embodies the scent overall. I just think the name is a little bit confusing. But I do love it. You know, it's really nice for those hot, crisp summer days. It's really been cranking up here. It's been in the 90s pretty consistently, so I've had a chance to wear this one, and it does great. ELYSIUM also is a great summer scent. Heavy on the vetiver, might be a little bit too strong sometimes. This one will solve that issue. This DNA is mass-pleasing. People are going to love it, and this is going to really get you some great compliments. We'll go ahead and toss this one into the list because we're kind of getting to the point where I don't know how many more times I'll be able to feature it. Acqua di Gio PROFUMO. This is a special one for me because this goes all the way back to the very beginning of my channel. It's been one of my favorite designers for years, and it still is even now. It's been officially discontinued. That has been rumored for a long time, and now it's true. I'm pretty sure Acqua di Gio Parfum is the replacement of this. I'm not saying if they smell similar or not. I don't have my bottle yet, haven't tried it. But when you step back and look at what they're doing with the line, it looks like they're trying to simplify. They have the EDT, the EDP, which is a newer release, and then the newest Parfum, and maybe some other stragglers in there as well. But I just think they're trying to condense and make it a little bit more easy to digest for people who aren't crazy about the hobby like us. Ultimately, this one has incense, patchouli, and of course sea notes or aquatic notes. It's the Acqua di Gio DNA, but smoky and mysterious. Perfect for an evening out. This stuff absolutely crushes it in every situation. You can still pick it up here and there on discounters, but it is starting to get harder to find. Carolina Herrera Bronze Tonka. So this is from their Confidential line, which is basically their more expensive kind of premium line. It's got tonka bean, coffee, and sandalwood in here. These all are very good. I have, I think, 4 or 5. This one, Mystery Tobacco, Iris Empire, Platinum Leather, and Virgin Mint. So 5 total. And I like them all a lot. I would almost say I love them all. They are fantastic scents that you do have to pay a premium for, But that premium in return does give you a fantastic product, and across the board, aside for Virgin Mint, they all have great performance. The Mint one's a little bit on the lower side, no surprise. All of the others are powerhouse beasts. And this one's no exception either. Very nice creamy sandalwood with a little bit of a coffee feel. And of course, a nice dusty tonka bean. Great scent that's going to be more well suited for fall and winter time, but it's one you should pick up at some point regardless. Up next, we have the One Royal Night, which is one of their exclusive editions. This is actually very easy to pull off, very mass-pleasing. You might not think so because it's an exclusive edition, but it is. It's very simple. It's the one DNA minus the tobacco, amped up sandalwood. Easiest way to put it. Still get that amber, a little bit of cardamom, lots of sandalwood, no tobacco. It's smooth, it's creamy. It's still that DNA, just with a twist. Not going to be for everybody. That tobacco does make it, but this does perform better than the original EDT and EDP. So what I always say is I layer them. You could throw the Eau de Toilette or the Eau de Parfum on to get that tobacco richness, but then you can wear this one to get that longer lasting base. Ultimately, this DNA is still a big head turner. It's a big people pleaser, and I think a lot of people still sleep on this one, at least respective to the originals, and I think it's one you should check out. Up next, AFNAN 9 PM. This one here is a clone of Ultra Male. Very simple, very easy way to put it. That is what it is. If you like the Ultra Male DNA, but you don't want to pay up for it, you can grab this one for about $40. There's a few other Ultra Male clones out there. There's Rue Broca Touche, which is an Eau de Parfum. Really nice one as well. This one's probably the easiest to get, though. And essentially it comes in at a little less than half the price of Ultra Male itself. It's all about the fruitiness from the apple in this instance here instead of a pear, which throws it off a little bit, but not as much as you might think. A lot of other sweet notes, vanilla, tonka, that sort of thing. I mean, you guys know the DNA, a little bit of a warm, spicy kind of cinnamon kick in here. Smells so good. Such a playful fall, October smelling scent, which is why I love it so much. One that pretty much consistently places in a lot of my summer videos, RASASI HAWAS. It's the Invictus Aqua DNA, but it's one that you can get for about $45 all over the board on discounters. And it's one that it really kind of originated this DNA. And so I think that's pretty cool. 2015 release, plum, watery notes, ambroxan, or they list ambergris, what else? Bergamot, apple, the list goes on. Lots of fruits, citruses, watery notes, and then a nice ambroxan accord to kind of give it that blue fragrance feel. Sweet but aquatic, fresh and clean and musky, and kind of a linen smell with that sweetness. It's a nice combination of a whole bunch of stuff that makes it work incredibly well. People love how this smells. Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum is another one that is so unique for what it is. You know, this is falling around the, I think, $90 to $100 price point. We'll call it about in that range on discounters for 100 ml. So it's not cheap. It also isn't crazy expensive for what you get either, though. Very reasonably priced, in my opinion, because outside of this line, the L'Homme Ideal line by Guerlain, nothing else out there comes remotely close to these in terms of smell. So you are getting a product or a line in general that stands out among the rest and gives you something unique. They focus heavily on the almond accord across the board. That's what makes them stand out. With this one, in addition to that, you get some cherry, some vanilla, some woods, tonka bean, right? Some of your original typical fixings there. But the cherry almond is what sets this one apart, makes it super classy, elegant, and refined. This stuff is amazing, and it's really going to impress people above and beyond, because they're not going to be expecting this. This is something that you just don't smell all over the place. Now, this is one that you might smell from time to time, or rather, you might smell things similar to it. YSL Les Parfums. I wanted to throw it in anyway because, yeah, it's their take on a blue scent. It's going to be in a similar realm to other things out there, but on its own, it's still something that is going to work. It's going to turn those heads. It's going to get people talking and saying, hey, you know, that dude smells good, or, you know, hey, someone around here smells good, you know, if they can't figure out exactly where it's coming from. It's just that type of scent that has the capacity to get those reactions. There's something about this DNA that will continue to work for years to come. The Le Parfum version is really nice because it takes the original Eau de Toilette, the Eau de Parfum, and just makes it a little bit more refined without straying too far away from those and becoming something that doesn't smell close at all. So it's just not kind of going too far, not branching away, just taking that DNA, making it a little bit more smooth and refined. Kind of like what you would expect from a Parfum flanker. You get great performance out of it, a lot of versatility, a lot of mass appeal, great longevity across the board, all around, something that you should definitely look into. Second to last, we have Parfums de Marly SEDLEY. So one of my favorite fresh offerings from PDM. This is one of the best out there to me. You know, there's Greenly, there's Percival. Those are great as well. SEDLEY has a really nice brightness to it that I think stands out. You know, there's a good dose of citrus, but with a lot of musk as well. Some ambroxan in here. It's bright, but it's also kind of musky, clean. A little hint of a sweetness in here from a particular kind of fruity nature. There's just a lot going on packed into still a very summer appropriate scent. And it's hard to do that. It's hard to add a lot of depth and complexity to a summer scent because then it ends up being too sweet and too strong and too overbearing when it's hot outside. But this one still maintains that bright freshness that doesn't take it too far. And so I think if you want a DNA that is going to be very wearable and easy to pull off when it's super hot, but still is kind of interesting, you should go for SEDLEY. Last up for this one, SPICEBOMB Extreme. Had to throw it in, felt like I had to. It's all about the tobacco, the vanilla, the black pepper. Smells like the holidays. Like, really, it does. Smells like Thanksgiving, smells like Christmas, New Year's Eve, all of those get-togethers, all of those times with family, when it's cold outside and things like that. That is what this one smells like. It is the embodiment of the holiday season. You know, the end of the year and the very start of the year is really what this one is all about. Smells great. One of the best tobacco vanilla scents out there in terms of affordable designers. This one also isn't cheap. You know, it's $110, but compared to like Tobacco Vanille or many other tobacco vanilla focused designer and niche scents, this one is very obtainable. You know, it might be out of season for some of us right now, but it's one you should definitely add to your list for the end of the year. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for me. 10 fragrances that are going to stop people dead in their tracks because they smell so good and they're going to want to know what exactly it is. Hopefully you guys find this video helpful. I will drop links down below. And again, that mailing list is something you really should invest in. Completely free to sign up, drop your email in, and you're going to have first exclusive access to a bunch of great deals and drops. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.